you know, but if you want to put money aside in like a disaster relief fund or something like that, you can keep up to however much you want.
We need to go ahead and start the meeting, gentlemen. Okay, that's all right. We'll call this meeting to order. This is the fiscal year 26-27 budget workshop for the City of Callaway Board of Commissioners. It's Wednesday, August 12th, 2026, 1 p.m. Don't make me use my gavel. Okay, Commissioner Birdsell, will you do the invocation, please? And Commissioner Griggs, lead us in the pledge.
Would you want me in prayer? Thank you, God, so much for bestowing this upon us, Lord, that we have business to discuss, to go over the budget. I thank you just for allowing the people of Callaway to have, again, place this trust in us. I pray that as we go through the budget, we'll make wise decisions and continue just serving you properly. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
City Clerk, please do a roll call.
Commissioner Birdsell?
Present.
Commissioner Griggs?
Here.
Commissioner Pelletier?
Here.
Commissioner Ayers?
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Anderson?
Here. Okay, public participation. I don't think we have anybody here that's not been to a meeting before, so you all know the rules. So we'll go on to our agenda, which is the draft budget for fiscal year 2027. And I'll let City Manager and Mr. Thompson take it away wherever we wanted to pick up.
I think we're going to pick up the salaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get
pick
that
up there.
resolved.
So originally in the budget that y'all received, there was that was representing a $1 increase. I will tell you, we found an error in your budget that y'all have in front of you. Our illustrious former Finance Director, David, we're still finding all his little tweaks. That did not indicate the raise for the firefighters. So in your budget that you have in front of you, it was $1 for all employees and 75 cents for firefighters. The calculation in there was based on the fact that if you give $1 to a regular employee, that's based on 2,080 hours. If we don't change the other number, that equivalates down to the firefighters would get a 75-cent increase because that's based on 2,700 hours. So it's the same amount of raise, it's just monetarily, it's because the firefighter shifts are based on they're longer. So the one that you have in front of you that has $1 for employees and it would be 75 cents for firefighters. We have now figured out why and where he does all that. There's just little cells that are highlighted everywhere.
So is this correct? If we're going to do the $1, is this correct?
That is not correct. That is $1 for the employees and 75 cents on the firefighters.
That's on
page 37.
And that's not correct?
That is not correct. Well, it can be correct if that's the way the commission so chooses. Most of the time, we have never taken and not done as much for the firefighters as we do for the regular employees. I mean, it does equivalent that $1 would actually give them a larger raise.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It seems fair to make everybody equal.
So it just depends on how you want to look at it on that aspect. I do have the calculations for doing $1 across the board, 75 cents across the board, and 50 cents across the board. We just did those as culminations. Of course, the balance, the budget that you have in front of you we are in a positive $59,947.
What page are you on?
Huh?
What page? The summary?
I'm just looking at the budget summary.
What page is
Off the
that?
top of my
Yeah,
head.
which page is that?
Which is page 5.
Thank you.
Ashley, no video?
I did. Actually put some on.
Is it not
I
like
got one from her.
It's streaming.
Yeah,
I think it's page 37 where I see your 75 cent is highlighted for the firefighters.
Where's it at?
Yeah, on page
Page
37,
37.
yeah, we found that.
I saw that, I'm like,
So
what?
the percentage goes all the way across, so when you go a dollar amount, I wasn't aware that it didn't, because it didn't fluctuate because the chief and the assistant chief, theirs goes with us, yeah.
Yeah.
So the percentage, the cents are off.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got it all figured out
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's just, we learned something new.
It took 3 months.
Can I add a couple things here? I've done a little bit of homework on salaries. You know, when we started this whole salary thing, we wanted to be at $15. So I asked for a list of all the employees and what the salaries are. Right now, we have 11 employees that fall between $16 and $17 an hour.
Okay,
We have 7 employees that fall between $18 and $19 an hour.
okay,
We have 9 that's in the 21 to 22, okay?
Okay.
And then from there, it goes all the way up, you know, obviously the salary is and all that good stuff. So, you know, I was talking to city manager today, you know, when you look at the average salary in Callaway's, $14 to $15 an hour still, but, you know, I can't compare the retail side of the house to what we do here in the city, you know, so, I just want to...
We are still, and it has gone down a lot over the past 2 years, but we're not having that major turnover.
Right.
We do lose an employee for $1. It happens all the time.
Well, it happens
I can
everywhere,
make
really.
I can make $1 over here more. And, you know, a lot of these employees are my younger employees, and they don't understand that there is a benefit side to it.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
sure,
Benefit side.
health insurance and retirement, they're worth a lot of money if they
Yeah.
just realize it.
Yeah, and the benefit side is a lot,
But I will tell you, we are becoming more and more competitive.
Right.
In a major way. I would just out of, and once again, I'm thinking ahead of what's gonna happen over the next 2 or 3 years based on the vote in November. So I'm gonna take worst case scenario. You know, I don't foresee major raises. They're gonna have to be smaller raises because we're gonna have, and it's not gonna be just us.
No, it's gonna be
And
everything.
so we looked at it in terms of, once we got our budget, where could we fit this for next year? And it fits.
Yeah, you can keep my raise. You can keep my raise.
We did.
Yeah, yeah, they keep all of our raises.
I'll give you all a raise, it doesn't matter, I love it.
Can't do
Let's give
that.
you all a raise.
Nope, can't do
we took
it.
care of that, Pam and I did back when.
I
Yeah,
do.
I think that was smart, too.
But that's where I get so
Well, okay.
frustrated, because people talk about the property tax that, well, they'll just have to quit giving themselves big raises, and I think,
We're talking about Lynn Haven, Panama City.
well,
Yeah,
but they're talking about places all over the
Yeah, I know.
state.
oh, yeah, Tampa, Hillsborough.
But,
So I just want to throw those figures out, you know, I personally think $1 is kind of a little high. And what's the medium? I don't know. You know,
Well, we did 75 cents last year.
yeah.
So,
And no matter what we do, I always look at the liability as we go forward. It's a liability that we're gonna, and then hopefully next year, we don't have to make the tough decisions of,
well,
you know.
that's why, in a way, I wouldn't mind doing the $1 this year, because this may be the last time we're able to do that. You know, next year, it may be a quarter,
Well, too, you
if
have
it's
to,
anything.
you have to realize too that the dollar affects the lower level employees way more than it affects anybody up here. So
Upper level.
so at 3%, you know, of course, the higher, we get a little bit more.
Right.
But I think the dollar would show a little more, you know. this is
Yeah, but you only have 11 employees in that category. Everything else, everybody else is approaching the $20 mark. So, you know, when I'm looking at, I was kind of doing an analysis of, you know, all the salaries, and if I, you know, I can take out all of the salary employees that are in the 50s and 60s, you know, an hour. But, you know, just looking at the hourly salary, when you look at it, I think, you know, we're pretty competitive, but, you know, they may want to leave us for $1, but, you know, they're not going to get the medical benefits somewhere else. I doubt that the Panama City or Lynn Haven are paying the same benefits as we are.
Well, when you look at the $20 an hour, like, you know, you're looking at the $17, $18 an hour worker, but you also have to worry about compression as well. So when you raise $1 to the $17 and $18 an hour workers, you still have this 20 guy that's been here for 10 years and only makes $20. So you gotta deal with compression on that as well.
I
So
understand.
That all trickles up.
I understand that,
Yeah, I think it is.
totally.
Yeah,
And some of the corporations out there don't care.
correct.
You know that.
Yes.
You know, I work for a company that doesn't care that way.
Right.
You know, they gave employees $2 pay raise. This guy's been there 15 years, now is making the same thing as a person's been there 2 years.
Exactly.
And they say, well, if you don't like it, there's a door.
There's a door.
And that's the way they operate, you know, so I'm not saying we need to operate that way, I'm just saying is that I understand, you know, the compression issue. But I also understand that when we started all this, that our goal was to get to 15, and we're beyond the 15, and we're going way beyond, you know, not way beyond, but, you know, you don't have that many employees at the, you know, below the $20 mark.
I don't think we can hire an employee at 15. Let's say it's
Well, I understand that.
more. Yeah, it's just,
Well, if you do, that won't last long.
yeah, they don't. And
Not
that's-
the kind of work that they have to do. So I understand all of it. My thoughts that $1 was kind of a little high, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I'm in agreement with the mayor there, though, that we might not get to even do it next year. It might be a quarter, it might go back to when y'all had very lean years where it's like, it's zero.
Just for something done real quick, every quarter, adjust the budget about $47,000. And that's everything.
So your 10% below will go away.
Well, it'll, yeah, I mean, it'll get a little lower, but we're certainly close to that 11%.
We're still going to be where we need to be budget-wise, but we're not going to be 10%
Yeah,
below last year.
no matter what, I mean, at a 75% raise, we're gonna be sitting at a positive 85,000. At a $1 raise, instead of the 59 that you see, we're at 38, we're at 38,000 above, positive.
Right, and that's not a lot for,
And then at 50 cents, we're 132,000, but I'm kidding.
We know I think you sit and you look at it like this, it's like, okay, we could have this argument, the dollar is more than, you know, a lot. If we were sitting here and saying, okay, we have to cut something else and make the budget work. We're, you know, we cut so much that I think the dollar works and we still have a little bit of wiggle room here. And then, so I think when we're looking at it, we have to look at, okay, this is affordable to us right now. And then we can argue next year that, hey, what's affordable, what's not affordable. We still have, again, the dollar would be an argument if we were sitting negative, and we have to come up with some way to fund it. But I think the dollar is a great, and I think it's a good push for our low-level employees, especially going next year if we can only give a quarter. I mean, you know, I think that's, if it was my vote, I'd vote on the dollar myself.
You're waiting?
I'm
I
done.
know we have some employees that have been here long enough, they remember those years when there were no raises.
They do remember those years.
I'm
Years where there were no raises.
I'm totally for the dollar, and also, here again, I come from industry. You want a higher wage, you improve your skill level, you improve your certifications. You have that somewhat set up here in the city, so if somebody on the lower end wants to get a higher wage, improve their skills and go to a different grade. So,
And Mayor, you were talking at the last meeting about utility billing. Our CSRs do have steps.
Yes, you told me, you
Yes.
did tell me that.
Yeah. I'm currently in the middle of a job description review, so making sure that,
what did you just say about the CF?
at the last meeting, they were talking about the CSRs, the customer service representatives in
Right.
utility billing.
Right,
They do have steps also, so they can do CSR 1, CSR 2.
right.
Yeah,
We
'cause
do
I
have steps built in for them also.
Because he was talking about, Public Works can do
Yeah.
this. And I said, does utility billing have different levels that they can improve themselves and go up a step? And at the time, they weren't, but he said, yes, they do.
And then we do
So
have the
it
senior
works for
CSR
every
position also.
department.
Well, if we're talking about salaries, talk about the city clerk position, that, how much more time do you have for you?
I'm about 3/4 of the way done with the education points,
Right?
and probably about halfway through with the experience points. Those are a little harder to get than education. But from what I've been told, that if I can get all of the education points and I still have some experience left that I need, I can use more education points in lieu of experience points.
What about time frame?
I don't know, I have the Fall Academy this year where I would get probably the majority of the rest of the education points. And they have recently cut back on the amount of webinars that they have available to be able to do at any time. I've done several of them, but they used to have about 30 of them on the website that we could choose from, and they're down to 6 right now. So, as long as I'm hoping by the next summer academy, I should have all the points that are needed.
Have you done those 6 that are available?
I've done 3 of them.
3 of them?
That are available now. The other 3 weren't available before, so now those are ones that I'll work on.
Now, one of the reasons I'm asking that question, and as I did again last year, we have an understanding with our clerk that once she does that, there's a sizable raise involved with those certifications. Now, whoever follows me behind, all this, they need to understand they can't fool with that. I mean, it's out there, so everybody needs to remember that. I want to make sure it's out there in front.
Yeah, I was ready to give her the raise right away. But
It has nothing to do with the dollar or anything else.
No,
It has strictly to do with the
getting the
certifications, et
certification.
cetera.
yeah.
And
well,
they
it's
do not
very
make that
important position.
certification easy.
Now, that
Yeah.
is actually a very difficult certification for her to
Yeah.
get.
And there are some other things in other departments that are somewhat similar that Bill has to deal with, and you and Bill, and it's, I'm all for it. I'm for people getting raises and improving themselves on that, which apparently, as Commissioner Pelletier continues to point out, Walmart could give a damn, but we do.
Yeah.
So you improve yourself, we're going to reward you for that. So,
Well, I know y'all already know this, but I would put Ashley against any city clerk in Florida, and she'll excel over
Oh, yeah.
them, by far. And even the ones that I've dealt with, she's way more thorough than what I've seen,
no,
even in other states.
Not to mention leadership skills. I think she has some of the best leadership skills I've seen.
So since we're talking about certification, where are we with our HR director certification?
She actually has, in the
Has we-
budget.
She
we
has
made progress?
been insurance certified before, she let it lapse, so we did put it in the budget this year, she wants to get recertified for that, so that'll take a conference, and then we put money in there to also pay for the certification, which I think is like $250.
So we're there with her?
But I will,
Are we there?
not completely, but we're discussing actually her longevity currently right now. There's been some discussion about retirement, so.
Okay. Because that was one of the goals too, when we hired her, was to get certification, and it's been
Because there was a sizable
4 or 5
raise.
years now,
Yeah.
and I haven't heard any
And that's still
progress.
built, and that's still built in.
Yeah, there was a sizable raise
Right.
from that, but it's in the budget every year, but we haven't had to spend it.
Okay.
So where are we? I think you've got $3.
Well, I think the 3 of you spoke, so that, it is, I have mixed emotion about it. I look at the liability issue,
Yes.
long range, that we need to be looking at, because this is something we're gonna carry from
Oh,
now
yeah,
on.
but-
Unless we start cutting positions, because we have to cut positions, or we have to cut whatever, in the future.
Salaries,
Well,
So,
that would be bad.
but
no, I don't want to get to the
I
point.
think
that we
a
cut-
dollar is very generous, and
but
without growth, I don't see us actually cutting positions, because we're already in many cases,
Yeah,
to
he's
use the
not-
phrase
he's not
lean and
talking
mean
cutting
already.
positions.
Yeah.
He's talking meeting a budget.
Right.
And to me, the budget, we may have to cut positions
Right.
at some point
Well,
if we're
I
over
mean,
generous now.
A lot's gonna, well, to me, a lot's gonna depend on what happens in November.
Right.
And I
And
think-
we wouldn't just fire anybody, you know, if
No,
we did, if
no.
we had to do it, it'd be through attrition.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, we'll just have to, we'll have to see
Which
what
would be
happens
easier
in
to-
November.
Yeah.
No, but we'll have to see in November what happens.
Well,
But,
I'm
which
with-
is one of the reasons I'm in favor of the dollar, because this may be the last time we'll be in a position that we can
You
do
know,
it.
if I may, looking back on the years, you know, we really, when you look at it, the taxes, yeah, we're gonna lose a little bit of money, but really, it doesn't pay for anything in all reality. It pays for the police department mostly, and that's about it, so the fire and everything else, we pick up on that. So looking back on me and him looking on it, I just with what we're gonna lose, I think we're gonna be fine. It will be tight, but
I agree
think
with
we're
you
gonna be
there,
fine.
too. Yeah.
So,
For the first year, the second year will be a little bit.
well, after the first year, we'll have a good understanding.
Right.
I think that we'll be able to
Right.
climb past that second year as well.
But the second year is gonna get a little harder.
Yeah.
But we are still growing. And
Yes.
the base cost of the house is well over $250,000 for these new houses. So they are gonna pay taxes. So I think we're in good shape.
I think so too.
So I think we should be a little more conservative. I'm with Bob. I think that 75 cents an hour is good. That's what we did last year. We do it this year. I think in November, well, that's just speculation, but I think it's going to fail because DeSantis pulled his endorsement.
We'll just see what happens.
But we'll have to stick with whatever it will do. So I think conservative is better. So, I love our employees, I wish we could give them $10 an hour, but we can't do that. We have to also respect our taxpayers. So that's my position.
And what was the dollar value difference between 75 cents and $1?
The quarter value.
You said 47,000?
47,000.
$47,000?
I'm good with the dollar.
I'm good with the dollar.
If we stuck with 75, I think we can correct the fire department part, because they're going to be at 75, so that would be $1 an hour raise for them. But 75 across the board for our regular employees, and that would be even all the way across the board. If that's,
I would like to keep it at $1 across the board this year.
Dollar.
And a dollar, so,
And I think that is still being conservative, because like you said, if we could give everybody a $10 raise, that would be very
yeah.
liberal on it. But I think $1 still stays relatively conservative, considering how large our budget is, and that $47,000 is a small token of appreciation kind of toward our employees and our citizens. And hopefully it'll alleviate some turnover. I know we have less of it, but if we can have even less turnover over chasing that dollar somewhere else.
Well, on the dollar, that's still cheaper. I know we were looking at whether we did merit or not, if we do a percentage. Your low-end people don't get that much, but then your higher-end people, if you're doing a percentage, they get more. So in a way, that skews things. Your higher end goes up more, your lower end doesn't. So this way, it's equal.
I don't have problems with doing away with percentage. I agree with you there. Yeah.
But this way, everybody, and to me, that everybody would include the city manager and the city clerk.
I don't understand, why we're separating the fire department to 75 cents an hour. Make me understand that.
Because they get paid for more hours, so they're actually getting, if they get $1, they're getting a $2,756 raise, where the rest of the employees are getting $2,080.
We're back again, comparing our fire department to the rest of the employees and the certification that the fire department is getting.
So one of the things I think that Mr. Cook said was initially, that was just an error in the cell they put it in. That
Yeah, I know, but they're still looking at 75 cents.
I thought y'all said $1 across.
I said $1
Yeah, that's-
across.
and
It's gonna be $1
fine.
per hour.
If you're an employee of the city of Callaway,
You get $1.
give it
As long as it's $1 across, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's a dollar. We only put that in there just as a,
All right.
yeah.
Don't give me going on the fire department.
That was formulated.
All right.
Well, that was David.
Yeah, it was just,
That was David.
it was us going through going, what in the world, why do these numbers not look right?
That was-
You know?
Well, I saw it on page 37, I'm like, what the heck is that, 75 cents for?
Yeah, it didn't show on the other ones because it was hidden, so I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And when I put it in, like I said, those two, so it did change the fire department, so I assumed, then we looked at it a little closer, it was off by a lot, so we fixed it.
Yeah, we kept looking going, this just doesn't look right.
And if we're talking pay, I think we're settled on the dollar.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I know, I said, my thought would be city manager and city clerk also get that dollar.
Across the
One-
board.
One thing I was looking at, because I checked to see what city managers in the other cities in the county are making. Well, our city manager has the most experience, even with $1 an hour raise. He's still gonna be one of the lowest paid. What I'm thinking is, most of the others, besides getting a higher allowance, they either have a take-home vehicle or they get a $500 a month auto allowance. Would you all consider increasing his auto allowance? Because I know you know, Ken, how he's all over the city in his truck because you ride with him a lot. But he's using his personal vehicle, checking all these jobs. I know you put a lot of miles on that truck, don't you?
Why don't we buy him a vehicle?
Or use one of the vehicles we have.
Well,
I'd rather give him a little bit more for
yeah, I
mileage.
don't know, I don't really think, we don't need to give him a take-home.
Hey, the assistant chief's got a vehicle that he's not gonna have.
Yeah, give him the old one that's not good enough for the deputy chief, but it's good enough for the city manager.
That's right.
No, I'd rather, I mean.
Oh, you got lights on it?
Yeah, I think just giving him $100 more a month in his auto allowance would be a lot cheaper than giving him a take-home vehicle or something.
No, if we start
Number you
comparing-
threw out is a good, it's a digestible number, that's $1,200 throughout the year.
So, I mean, are we good with that? I mean, do we
Oh, I'm
have?
good, yeah, I'm good with that. See,
Are you
the
okay?
alternative, I was gonna bring up the point that, number one, our city manager does not have the staff and all the people that are managing all the grants and everything that we're getting, where the other cities have multiple, almost people, if not departments, doing all this. So when you start figuring what those are costing the other cities, we could double Eddie's salary and be about equal to what he's doing is related to the other cities.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Panama City, they have a city manager, and then he's got 2 assistant city managers.
Well, why don't we fire Eddie and hire me? I'll do it for
No, that's okay.
So,
I don't,
so rather,
no offense, but I don't think you have his knowledge about matters.
He's been training me for 4 years, I think I'm good.
rather than do that, I'd just soon give him another $100 on his
Yeah.
auto allowance.
You okay?
Whatever the group wants to do.
Well,
I think he gets enough now.
Well, now tell me this, when you get an increase in your social security or in your military pay, do you say, no, I already get enough, or do you just take it?
Well, if they would take it back, I'd give it back, but that's me. I've planned for it, and I know what I get, and I know where I'm at right now.
Well,
So, that's me.
oh, I don't have a
But you
problem.
can't give it back.
I don't
That's
have.
all of it back.
You can help Eddie out, you drive
You
him.
can give it to
Well, why
him.
don't we all help him out? We take 1,000 off hours, we go down to 9,000 a year.
And
that
give it
pays
to
for
him?
Eddie's
Hey,
stuff.
if you're suggesting that, I'm all for it.
I'm for it too. I've been for it for quite a while.
I'll go down. If you
But
give it to
this,
him.
we're set in the charter, so we can't give ourselves a raise, and we'll have to do some other things if we're gonna
Well, we can give
reduce.
ourselves a decrease in the charter, so we
I'd
put
do
it on
that.
the ballot. I'm good with it. I think this position should be volunteer. And if we have expenses, okay, you can chip in a little bit for expenses, but other than that, no.
I'm fine with that too.
Well, some of us are not necessarily in the same position as you are, since I live on Social Security and in a small retirement and all that business.
Well, you mentioned it. You
And,
mentioned it
and the amount of, my automobile and everything else that I do, and the things that, we end up paying for, so,
We've had that discussion on salary before. Our salary is half of what all our municipalities are paying now.
Yeah.
We've not raised our salary in 10 years.
And we
except,
took away the
except for
benefits.
Parker, and Parker doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Right, but in Lynn
But we're
Haven,
not Parker. We're not.
Lynn Haven, Panama City.
$55 million, we're
And
not
the
Parker.
beach. They
And the
all-
beach, they're way, and they keep on getting themselves pay
And
raises.
they get benefit, and they pay for their
They
benefits.
got benefits. We have no benefits. We have no Florida retirement. We did away with Florida retirement. We did away with medical benefits we used to pay. And we did away with pay raises by changing the city charter, because I saw at the time, well, when I leave the city, they're gonna give themselves a pay raise, so let's put it in the charter.
Yeah.
So we put in the charter, and now we have to go to the people to get a pay raise, and none of us wanna do that.
No, we don't want to ask.
And we've been at the same scale for 10 years. Panama City, Lynn Haven, all get medical benefits. They get Florida retirement, same as the people who used to be up here. I start saying, wait a minute, they're getting medical benefits with their spouse and the commissioner for, I didn't see that was right. The citizens were paying for that.
For
and
part-time employees.
For part-time employees. yeah.
employees aren't
I
eligible
felt like I
for
should at
that.
least got COLA every year in that. COLA wouldn't have hurt.
Yeah.
Just to get COLA,
That's
cost of
large.
living,
Yeah,
add each year.
yeah. No, I'm okay the way it
Although
is.
that's been going down,
Yeah.
if you hadn't noticed.
I mean, I probably spend that money.
You spend more than
Just on gas and.
Yeah, right.
And paying for tickets to events, because I represent the city and stuff, but I pay for it.
I noticed there was a charge in our area for disability, if we were workman's comp, I think it was. Do we need that?
Yes.
Yes.
You have to pay it.
You
Yeah.
have to.
We're covered by
Workers' comp
workers'
is-
Hey,
comp.
Mr. City Manager, you know you gotta have workers' comp and
You
insurance.
gotta have it.
Well, I'm just worried about that.
That's a requirement.
No, because workers' comp
we're
is charged
employees.
to our department, but yes,
You can't not do
I
it.
mean, we might break our leg walking down the stairs here.
Yeah, somebody might push you down the stairs after a meeting and you get hurt.
And my shoulder hurts already, just listening to you,
It's required
Big
by
old
law.
guy that's real strong.
or just big.
So if you get hurt, you can claim against the city.
Okay, so by what I
They're
hear,
gonna pay you
we're at
$10.
$1 and a $500 car allowance.
Right, so, okay, so that's where we're at, that's
I
it.
think that's,
Okay.
so,
That's cheaper than doubling his salary.
yeah, just a little.
I was going for the double.
So I think that gets us through pay.
Now we're done with that.
So now what do we need to go to? Start with the departments if there's,
I think we finished page 2 as far as that.
yeah, we get
The
capital.
only thing that we really got to talk about on revenues is the state hasn't released the numbers yet.
Revenue's revenue.
We checked again this morning, we actually checked twice a day, and we're still waiting to get the numbers in from the state. But we feel like we're good.
Before we press on from the card thing, we do give them $4,800 a year now, right?
Yes.
Right.
We're gonna bump
Yeah.
it to 6.
Yeah,
Just
To 6,000. An extra $1,200.
$500 a month?
Yes, that's what the mayor said. Yes, sir.
which is what most of the other cities get. Or they get a take-home vehicle, well, we don't need to do a take-home vehicle. I'm not big on take-home vehicles.
I don't care.
I think we've got it, but I mean, it's a lot cheaper to do
We
it.
don't have to pay insurance on it.
That's
We don't have to
exactly,
pay-
that way he gets
Maintenance.
a little more to cover his insurance and upkeep and gas.
Yeah.
Because gas right now, it's expensive.
Well, it dropped 20 cents the other day. Hopefully it keeps dropping.
It'll probably go back up though. That's
Circle
that's
K's
what it
going
keeps.
down 40 cents tomorrow, by the way, just for one day.
So, is that all you wanted to say about revenues? That we're not?
Yeah, we're just waiting on getting all those So we can move over actually to page, I don't want to jump ahead, page 8 starts commissions.
Page where?
Page 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any changes here.
No change.
No, there's no changes here. I always ask though, do we need to put something in there? Is anyone interested, do they need to go to training or conferences?
No.
Okay.
Too old for training.
Is there stress in there anyway?
Page 9.
Really?
There's really, I mean,
No. That's something I want to commend you and city clerk primarily on the decrease in our legal fees.
Esquire,
Big-
that's,
And code enforcement, because they're doing all
That's
the legal
true,
work.
that's
yeah,
true.
we try to do as much in-house legal as we can. And I hate to say it, it's not rocket science. And I love Kevin to death. But we can draft most of our own stuff.
I believe that one of our other cities in the county just hired a new attorney, and my understanding is that his contract is for $275,000
Yes.
for the year. And I don't, and it's not like a max of, no, I think it's just
It's a set fee.
275, and he'll do, but that's, we've never spent $275,000 a year, even way before you, we never
I
spent
think
that
before
much.
me, it was 160 something.
Yeah, see, that's it, it was 100 something.
And I kept going, wow, where?
And
wow.
now, I don't think it's hit 100,000 since you've been here,
We've dropped it.
so,
I think the first year
I
we dropped
just-
it to 80 and now it's,
So the Coppins Monroe, is that the fellow for Beacon Point? Is that what we're doing?
no.
You had a 5,000 increase. What is Coppins?
Coppins and Monroe is
is it employment?
that's the employment attorneys.
Employment agreements.
Right.
We
In Tallahassee.
we use those if a situation comes up. And a lot of times this is like a $250 charge. If I have an employee situation come up and I want to find out what real, I will call our ones at Coppins and Monroe, which they are also the Florida League of Cities attorney.
Okay.
But if it's outside of a litigation issue, I can't use them on that dime.
On the other
So,
Yeah.
so we just keep a little bit. We went up a little bit just to make sure.
I bet we have the lowest legal fees of any city in the county.
We would hope so.
Which is good. That's a good thing.
Oh, it's a wonderful thing, but I know our city manager gets beat up about some things and money stuff, so I just wanted to mention how we keep legal costs down, and it's because they do so much stuff in-house. But we used to have this city attorney did all the ordinances and resolutions and,
But I'm not gonna take, it's
Well-
half heart. I mean,
well, that's what I
She-
said,
she
you and
drafts-
her and code enforcement.
yes,
The three of you are doing that to save money.
I remember when I first got here, we had outside people drawing our bid docs up. And Ashley we do it all in-house.
I know,
Does keep down on conflicts.
well, then it keeps down on costs too, saves the city money.
Yeah, we make sure all of our contracts with even like the engineering firms, they most of the time at the end try to throw in the legal part, bids and stuff like that, and all that stuff gets thrown out. We do it all in-house. Ashley can do it cheaper.
That's right.
That she can.
So the IT equipment and software, that covers that new 10,000 that we,
No, so this is for just to recycle the old equipment, keep everything up to date, so.
okay. Where's that 10,000?
We actually talked about it at the last meeting, it's in contractual services down there, it's already included, so I think we did leisure services last.
That's what I was gonna say, isn't it
Yeah.
leisure services?
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
And their contractual.
No,
Just so we
this
don't forget.
this is strictly our servers and our administrative services through OnSystems, which has provided us very, very good service. Even though it's managed IT, we do have an in-city tech that comes out for anything that's an emergency or something like that. But other than that, those guys are great. I'm not concerned about our system. We're not concerned about malware. We're more concerned about you guys clicking on an email link that you shouldn't.
I reported that spam today. I reported that spam today.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I get them all the time, just ignore them now.
I click on it.
Now, I'll quickly say this, and I know we're in a budget meeting. Don't click spam.
Never.
Click phishing.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. There's a little shield up there. Click that, because that indicates to our IT tech, our IT company, that an email has went out, and then they will automatically search the system, and if anybody else has got it, they'll delete it.
Okay.
So it's just a safeguard. But if you click spam, that's just sending it to another folder.
Okay.
Sorry, elections did.
We don't have any elections this year.
Yeah.
Law enforcement went up 5%.
Well, we do have
We have
elections,
elections, but it's
but
gonna be
there's
free
no
from now on.
cost.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
free for us.
Right.
I have a question on the law enforcement though. When we hired the new deputy last year, how much does that run us a year?
We haven't hired a new deputy.
That was several years ago.
Last year, right?
No.
Or 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah, it's 2 years
been-
ago.
How much is that
I
return
know it
cost?
used to be, they said it was like 70,000.
Yeah, it's about 80,000, I'd say.
80,000 to our overall,
Yeah.
Yes,
just educational.
yeah.
Page 10.
I just have one correction there if we could, since we already gave city manager a $100 increase, we need to reduce that travel and per diem.
By 150.
I tell you what,
That's 11% increase.
I got an idea. Let's decrease per diem. I have never taken per diem
I
in
know.
the city. When I travel, it's gonna be for whatever, the hotel, and 9 times out of 10, I do not stay at the host hotels most of the time. I stay at the host hotels if the conference is paying for it. If not, I will always find a hotel down the road.
That's
I
cheaper.
just walk in with a gun.
I don't think we can lower per diem anyway, I think it's a state thing.
Well, no, I'm just saying I don't.
No, but he's saying in our budget, we can lower it, because he doesn't, and I can attest to that because I always sign his travel things,
Yeah.
and it'll be for a rental car
Yeah.
and a hotel.
No, wait a minute, we just gave him an increase on his car
Yeah, but when he
allowance.
traveled, but that's not for out of town.
Yeah, that's right. Now,
When he goes out of town.
Go out of town. I've already got a 3-year-old car that's got 70,000, or truck that's got 70,000 miles on it.
Already?
Yes. And it never leaves the city,
The county.
county.
It leaves
Never
county.
leaves the county.
County, leaves the city.
Never leaves the county.
Yeah, doesn't leave the county.
Finance,
You skip right over this.
I am going to, Adam's gonna go to Springbrook Conference. It's in Orlando, it's close. So, we're gonna let him go down and continue training on Springbrook
Yeah.
this year.
Well, that's good,
That-
because a lot of
that's
times
Springbrook.
they have them way out west or
Yes,
something,
yeah.
don't they?
The Springbrook, the conferences and the census conferences, they're not like a normal conference that y'all would think where it's just a bunch of vendors. They actually have dedicated classes that go all day long. And I think y'all know that Lisa has been to several Springbrook conferences. The only thing we've had to pay for is her travel there, because she generally has been asked to speak at the Springbrook conferences, and that they donate the rest to her just to come and sit on panels and speak, because she's got such good knowledge of Springbrook. Anybody got anything on finance?
But can I ask one question, going back to the raise? How does that work if somebody's only been here for a short time? Do they get the full dollar, you know, if
Right.
they've been here a month? Do they
We back
get,
on salaries?
yeah, I just had that.
Yes.
No. It's 6 months or longer.
That's what I thought, you had to be here a certain, so that decreases a little, because I'm sure we've had some people,
Probationary period is 6 months.
Correct.
yeah.
Well, we have 90-day probation, but we generally do. It's
Yeah.
kind of the same way we do with the holiday bonuses. If you've been here less than 6 months, you'll get half.
That's
If you've been
what
here
I,
less than 3 months, you get none.
I just thought about that, and I thought, yeah, so that'll make some difference too in the amount. Okay, sorry, keep going.
I didn't read that.
Can I ask why we continue to increase the budget on audit? That's a set fee.
Well, so sometimes you have a single audit, and then also with the CRA next year, we're gonna have to have a single audit out of the CRA as well. So this, we do charge a little bit out of the CRA, but most of it comes out of this right here, so it's.
Right, it should come out of CR funds, not, yeah, right?
But when you do a single audit, whether it's in CRA or not, it kind of, it does the whole city. So if we spend $750,000 of federal money, which we will be guaranteed to do that next year, so it fluctuates. And this year, it was it went a little higher because we had them do a little extra, they had to do a little extra with that
AWT?
Yeah, AWT, so.
And it's based on, a lot of times, the grants tell us what we have to do.
Yeah, so do we have any grants coming up? Because
We have a ton, and they're very, and they make sure that we are kind of online with it. So they really audit me or whoever's sitting in this chair, so that's good. But it's really just I increase that only because there may be something coming up. If we don't use it, we don't use it. But if we have to do a single audit, or if we have to do a single audit in each, in CRA and in the general fund, it might increase costs a little
Yeah,
bit, so.
and with all the grants we're getting,
So we amended the budget for 26 to 60,000, but the projection is 32. See what I'm saying is that
Yeah, so.
your numbers just don't jive in my.
Well, so the
we
30
keep on what I call padding the budget.
So the 32,000 is as of June, and we just got another $25,000 to finish, because we just finished the audit.
Right.
We just turned it in, so we got another $25,000.
That hasn't been
on top of it.
inputted yet?
No, because this is only just as of June 30th, so we
Okay.
just received it, I want to say a couple of weeks ago, so it wouldn't hit this,
Yeah.
it won't hit this until
Okay,
next year.
yeah, so that'll get us to about that 60.
okay.
I mean, I can lower that, but it's.
No, I'm
it's one of those
just-
things,
I'm
it's like,
asking.
I'd have to come ask you for it, so I really think it's a
I'm
very
fine,
conservative.
I'm
number.
fine. Gotta ask.
Yeah.
Just looking at trends.
Yes. Well, you're hoping you don't have to use it.
That's right.
And that's why all that money goes in the reserves every year. City clerk's office? Any questions?
I had a question on city clerk, hold on a minute.
Well, I've already asked about the rating, so I've gotten clarification
Right,
on that. And the
Yeah, you're
training of the assistant clerk.
Yeah.
Also, if you'll notice, under other current charges,
Right.
we will be doing that ADA compliance module. That is a requirement for our website,
Right,
and so we have to budget for that.
okay.
Yeah, because we sure don't want to not be in compliance.
Yeah.
Okay. Answers my question.
General government, if you'll notice up under the salaries, there's a complete reduction. So that was what was, at one time, we were taking the maintenance department and we were splitting it with general government and with leisure services.
Right,
Okay, that's fine and dandy, but it's still the general fund, still general government. It gets difficult to start splitting people into two different groups, so we just went ahead and moved all of it over to leisure services. The full employee instead of half employee. Still the same fund.
okay.
Yeah. I
Just
think the only
when
time
I
you
split
split
people-
anything is if you're going out of a different fund.
Yeah, if you're going from a different fund, which we do in the enterprise funds with some salaries.
Why did you leave off all the explanations in the upper part?
Right.
In the what?
The notes,
And for the salary stuff?
For the salaries?
Because there was nothing there.
there's
I
no,
mean,
it's all,
We just removed.
They just took
one
it all
half of
out.
the employee. All we did was we removed the half employee.
it's all negatives.
Yeah, so there's nothing, but I can put a note there to say we moved it to,
Oh,
Yeah, just
okay,
put move full employee,
okay,
move
understand.
maintenance, which is leisure services.
I do have a question on you knew I was gonna ask this question on bag transportation. That's about if I calculated right, about 150% increase from last year, is that right?
Yes. So.
Why?
Well, so they send over their,
I know what they said, but, you know,
so, and I'll be honest with you, it's not something that I'm used to, but they sent it over. I know that it was very cheap, because I looked at the price difference, and I looked back last year, and it was
it's
lower last year.
150% increase.
Yeah.
And that's way too high, you know.
I don't know if that's something we negotiate with them.
Where
We
is?
don't have to
what
pay
page-
that.
What page are
That's the
we on?
trolley.
But still on page 13,
14?
About,
yeah,
see where the red increase is? The
Yeah.
word to the right?
yeah.
It's right above that.
It caught my attention because, you know, we've had issues, but we've had discussions about the trolley, and, you know, trolley's gone up a tad, but, you know, the Bay Transportation's gone up 150%. Just because Bay County is asking for it doesn't mean we have to pay for it.
Well, it's not Bay County.
No, it's not Bay
Well,
County.
it's Bay,
Bay Transit.
Bay
Bay
Transit, yeah.
Have they
It's-
split off, Mayor, officially?
Let me,
That's
can
way
I-
high,
Can I check on that and,
Yeah.
Get back.
you know, and
yeah. It
I'll check.
makes no
with
sense to me.
Lamar and, no, I'm surprised at that.
Yeah,
I did not realize that it had gone up.
Yeah.
So let me,
Well, that's why I put that huge red increase thing, you know, so y'all can see, because I noticed it too, and I had to research it, and so because it was actually trending that kind of on that way, and then last year, for some reason, it just went way down.
Yeah.
And then it went
yeah,
way
and
back
I
up.
see, I know why it went down last year, because they did an actual allocation.
Right.
And, you know, our ridership, they do it across the whole county, all the cities and, you know, the beach and the county. And they look at how many riders in each city by their
Yeah,
counts.
it went-
And they did the allocation last year, and we actually had a decrease. So it went down. I'm not sure why it went up this year, so let me check on that.
Okay. Just, well,
And,
And then I can let you know, and you can send it out to everybody once I have the explanation. I don't want to email it to everybody, so
Right.
I'll send it
Send
to
it
you
to
and
me, I'll send it
Ashley, and you can send it out to everybody.
When do we pay that?
Usually pretty early in the year, in October, November.
October, November?
Yeah, I mean, we won't pay it until this budget is approved. and-
right.
Okay, so we have time to cancel?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
If we
I,
need to, or at least negotiate?
Well, it's not gonna be a cancellation, you were gonna pay some, but I'm just trying to see
Well-
why they increased it 150%. We've been
Well,
paying it for
let me
years and
see,
years.
let me see if they did a
Right.
reallocation and our numbers increased.
Yeah,
It could be that there's more riders.
well, there was nothing about that in the letter they sent when they put these numbers, they didn't say anything about increase or increased
Well-
riders or anything.
of course not.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
if
didn't
you'll-
say anything, it sounds like they just sent a bill.
Yeah.
I'll find out. I will find out.
And the advertising, city manager, where's that $7,000 going? $7,000 for advertising.
That's for newspapers, so when we put anything in the newspaper and stuff.
Who reads the newspaper? We don't do newspaper.
Well, we're required by.
There are some
Yeah.
for LAP grants and CDBG grants.
Very few, right?
When we do those bids, they do require us still to put it in the
But
newspaper.
that's very few.
Yeah, I mean, well, those are the only
It's
two
not
bids that I
$7,000
have to
worth.
put in.
Well, and two, our
The trim notice.
trim notice, it's gotta be,
It's required.
it's gonna be thousands of dollars, because you gotta do a whole quarter of a page, and it's gotta be set there. So those things are, and I didn't,
Which note again?
the trim notice.
trim notice.
which
Trim
we put
notice,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
gonna be advertised in the
that's a huge
paper.
thing, it's gonna
Okay.
probably be about $3,000.
Oh, that answers my question.
Are we still on page?
Yes.
Page 13. yeah.
Okay,
Promotional activities throws out.
okay.
Yeah, it's in the same paragraph with Bay.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Okay. And then, going up one more thing on social media, $4,200. Where's that going? Going up all the way up to,
Dash 40.
Oh, okay, I see it. Social media.
yeah, where's that going?
So that,
That is, so we are required to, everything that gets posted on social media
gotta be
is
saved. It has to be
archived
archived.
into another outside source that they keep so
So
that.
it's not social media, it's
we can't-
archiving.
It's archiving for social media, yeah.
yeah, so your Facebook, everything you do on Facebook has to be saved.
Right, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
23,000 for the trolley.
We can get rid of that and the social media page if y'all like.
That would get rid of
All, but that also covers the fire department, everybody has to be, every page that the city sponsors has to be archived.
Same with our
Your
youth.
services,
Same with that too.
the fire department.
And that's not great to get rid of it, however, that is the outreach to our citizens for, that's how a lot of people consume contact and get information. I would say no, we should keep the social medias.
Yeah, they put 16,960. And the trolley, 15,500.
Well, I'm done with that. I don't know about the rest of it, I'm done.
All right. Guess we move to 15.
Yeah, I have one question on 15.
Go ahead.
Why are we still leasing printers? You can buy a printer for $50.
It's the ink that costs so much.
We have a printer company
Yeah,
that takes care of all of our printers.
I understand that, but,
Yeah.
you know, that's $1,000. You can buy 10 printers for that, maybe 20.
Well, I don't know how much you've used commercial printers versus the home use. I have a nice home use, and it is nothing like the one at the office.
Yeah, I know
like
that.
all the speed and quality.
And they are very nice. They print, they scan.
To your own maintenance.
And our lease, does it cover, if anything breaks, they show up, they either replace it or fix it on the
All
spot?
maintenance is covered 100%.
Plus
They
ink,
come in once a month.
plus ink?
Yes.
Or toner, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be ink, it would be toner.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it may be about the same price then, but with all that ink.
Well, in this one, I mean, no.
The one we own.
No, the one we still lease from. We had it for 15 years, so we just switched out.
Ready to move to 16? Code enforcement?
Let me ask you just a stupid question.
Go for it.
When we do boots, isn't that really for our maintenance people? Why do we have it in code enforcement? Boots and uniforms.
It's just, that's the name of the line. They don't get boots.
Well, that's what I thought,
Yeah.
you know? We're just buying,
Yeah. No, it's just uniforms only.
okay, all right. Right, it's just a footnote that needs to be taken out, because boots doesn't belong there. It's just a technicality, but, you know, it's just something I'm not, you know.
So now that Bob highlighted that printer thing, we did have a 200% increase. Why did we have that
Where?
on the printer?
Right.
Why did it go from 300 a year to 960?
So, you mean in human resources? So that printer was a 15-year-old printer?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
human resources?
Yeah, that was a 15-year-old printer, it broke, I mean, it splattered, so they got us a new one, and that's why kind of the price went up on it, so we got a new printer in there.
Not anything more.
No. Actually, the one we replaced was color, this one's just black and white, so the cost will go down a little bit on that as well.
Nobody has color printers. They don't need them. We have the one major printer up front. It prints color, and everybody can remote print it.
So we needed a separate one in human resources?
She needs a printer, yeah, definitely.
Well,
She
you
does
got,
not need to be
you got
printing
information here
anything
that you
employee-wise.
don't want to go down the hall with.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see a printer, the HR printing everything down the hall.
No.
And by the time she gets down there, somebody's done picked up that sheet of paper
That is correct.
that's HEPA or whatever.
Yeah, you can't.
I definitely would not want to see that.
Are we on 16?
My favorite subject, the fire department.
Code enforcement.
Code
Oh,
enforcement.
I went by that already.
Oh, okay.
All right, the fire department.
I don't know, anybody had, I don't have any questions on code enforcement.
Just the boots.
Just the boots, yeah.
Just the boots.
All right, page 17, fire department. Go for it.
Thank you for the fire department.
No questions on the
I don't have
fire
any questions,
department?
no. They don't pay them enough.
You said a $2 raise for them?
Yeah.
Next year's budget, chief will have a truck in there for me.
Yeah, that moves just fine.
No questions on fire department?
I don't.
Utility billing? Any questions?
I don't.
Street department, we are requesting a new position.
Yeah, I know.
This is going to be a lower level maintenance position in mowing. And but these guys don't just mow. Whenever the other crews need them, we pull people over to do that. 'Cause we run mowing and stormwater, and then we have basically our construction crews that do roads, sidewalks, and everything else. It's, we had we'd cut them back several years ago, and it's just, we're growing, and grass is growing quicker.
You say that. You say that again.
I'm gonna dedicate this one employee to the Sakoshi ditch. Does that help?
We might need to.
That's what I do.
Might have to send the fire department to go find you.
Other than that, it's just business as usual.
You know, I would have thought that, since most of all of our streets now have LEDs, that our cost would be coming down on streetlights.
Well, it did a little bit.
No, it's going up.
They have not changed over as
It
many
hasn't gone
lights.
down, it's going up.
Originally, we talked about doing that complete change up. I don't think they've been changing out anything in the city.
I know a lot of neighborhoods have changed.
Have they?
We got more street lights, right?
We have,
Not more, they're just changing out the houses.
They're just changing that.
We should have more with the new neighborhoods and everything.
that should be LED though when they put them in. I know here,
Those are solar,
yeah, as you're driving up, there's solar,
and we do not own those.
yeah.
The HOA owns those. We
So
do not allow
there- this is
solar
a-
lights.
But that's just here.
This is a $3,800 reduction from last year's budget. So I took the average per month, which was about
Yeah, but you-
14,500, and that's where I got the 175. We were budgeted 178,800 last year. So
Yeah.
it did decrease a little bit, but also, it's a fluctuating thing
But
as
you're
well, so.
projecting 150 and you're at 175. And we came in at, okay.
Yeah, you're at 117 and you got 3
Yeah.
months left at about
Right.
$15,000 a month.
So it actually may be
Yeah.
coming down.
Yeah. I
But
think
it's hard to tell because we just have to look at averages and project out.
And we pay for all the streetlights in the new developments, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're increasing our streetlights.
Yes.
that's what I said.
Well, we haven't had any major developments yet.
And, but at the same time, we're also in the middle of that change-out process too, so that may
Right.
be, that may be a
That should-
high number.
Right.
It's just hard to tell right now with, we did the contract to change over to LEDs. And if y'all are saying they've changed out a lot of the neighborhoods, I haven't seen them out. So, yes, that will be a cost reduction. We can budget down, it's just hard to.
Right. No, I just asking.
It's just a variable that we just can't really. Any more questions on 20?
No.
Yeah.
On maintenance. This is just, they're just doing business.
I have none.
22, we've already done leisure services, unless y'all want to go over it again.
I still don't like that $50,000, and I think Commissioner Briggs didn't like it either. You know,
Which
that
one?
with 50 grand, and we've been
Yeah,
spending
activity.
15, 18, 20,000 with 30,000 over budget, over normal expenditures.
And the promotion?
Yeah.
Well, I just think that, again, you know, we've never spent more than,
20,000.
more
Well,
than
we're talking, you know,
20,000.
once
And we're at
again-
$50,000, and I know you're talking about
Yeah, we're
what's
budgeting
coming
from
in. but-
October on, and, you know, we're gonna try to start some things out here with the amphitheater.
Right.
We'll do some partnerships with the sheriff, bring in some concerts, bring in some, you know, start with some locals. We may, and ultimately, I would love, and this is kind of quiet, but it's been discussed, I'd love to see us start a festival out here.
A who?
A festival.
Yeah.
That amphitheater is gonna be what will be the takeoff for that. But when we start doing that, you know, you can bring in a local band all you want, but you really need to up it a little bit.
Yes.
And that's gonna cost money.
Well,
Well, we don't, like Commissioner
And we don't have
Pelletier
a
said, we
negative
really don't like that much of an increase in
Right.
budget when we hadn't spent that.
Right.
But
I think
there's no
that should
way
be
for us
lowered to
to-
about $30,000 instead of 50,000.
Well, we know, as you just explained, with the amphitheater and our real interest, the city's real interest in doing more things.
I mean, as y'all can
We
tell,
made it.
you see what we spent out of that line item.
Yeah.
We're very careful. You won't see any expenses out of that line that's not attributed to promotional activities for the city.
Right.
Yeah. So really, the 50,000 is a guess. I mean, we could say, how about cutting that guess to 40,000 or 30,000? All we're doing is just dropping the number. We don't have any, speaking for myself, not Commissioner Pelletier, but I don't have any guidance as where to go on this outside of history, but I also know what we're planning in the future.
So when you look at this, from a new perspective, when you look at this, I mean, we are growing, and we want to grow, and we want to push those things. We're also pushing for, you know, leisure services to be, they're a good revenue boost for us. So we use this as a catalyst to push them to get more things in here and do things and make us a little more money, get us a little more out there and things like that. So I feel good at the 50,000, and then we have this same conversation next year when if we only spend $20,000 out of it and we want another 50. But like, we have so many things, that amphitheaters coming in and things like that, this just gives us a little extra boost to say, okay, this is what we can do. And, you know, we totally look at it next year, and if we ain't using it, we're just not using it, and we go on from there. But there's just so many unknowns here with this and the things that we want to do next year. I mean, we have plans, so I think that.
50 is a number, and
It is.
I wouldn't know where to go from there. We can always, I can go down to 40 or 30, and I feel good, but I'm really cutting the budget, but very honestly, I'd rather have that in there
You're also cutting a
and
budget
save
that's
it
positive.
later.
Yeah,
Huh?
We're also cutting a budget that's got a positive bottom line.
Yeah,
so.
Nothing wrong with going to reserves.
yeah.
Which, if we don't use this, this will just roll right back to reserves.
And this money in this budget right now that's not used will roll into
I know,
reserve.
I know.
That's the beautiful part about it.
And you talked about bringing in bigger name acts. I mean, 30,000 is probably not going to pay for them anyways.
No, it's probably not.
Won't cost 30 to bring in
Yeah.
decently.
But I'd rather have a number in here, a little bit bigger number,
Yeah.
than in 6 months, have you coming back and say, well, we want to do this, but we need to up the budget. I'd rather have it in the budget.
Well, I would rather ask for more money for something that's gonna be positive for the city than, you know, trying to ask for more money to put more lights, you know, somewhere, you know, so I think this is I think it's something good.
And very honestly, leisure services, the management and the people in leisure services has done more for less for years.
Yes, they have.
So I'm not worried about them overspending for something.
We good on leisure services
I'm
then?
fine.
Page 24.
there's not a whole lot there to,
Yeah.
to talk
I
about.
missed something somewhere, I don't know where. I gotta go back.
With the CRA?
No, I said I missed something somewhere. Had to do with lease of equipment.
Lease of equipment.
That's, somewhere.
Is it in leisure services?
It was in Public Works. Hold on.
Oh. Lisa Kepke.
Because I know we talked about
Lease.
our last
Oh,
one, leasing.
I thought he said
Leasing of equipment, yeah.
We did talk about it, and most of that was things that didn't make sense to buy, such as the sod cutters and things like that. We rented them on short term.
Yeah, we do, yeah, and we do have to do that even in Public Works.
Because on leisure services, if that's what you're talking about, Commissioner.
No,
There is the rentals and leases for $2,500 for equipment rentals.
And you may, probably you're gonna, probably on water or sewer.
yeah, it was $150,000.
Yeah, probably more.
And I'm trying to figure out, maybe I had the wrong line item. It's just in my head.
Got 150 in miscellaneous paving.
Yeah, that's what I did. It was under streets, and I was looking at the street lighting versus rental and leases. Rental leases are at zero. Okay,
Okay,
yeah, just wanted to make sure.
so we're on the CRA.
Yeah,
Think anybody
you just
have
can't give money away in CRA.
No.
We are this year.
I'm talking to citizens.
Yeah, we do that, we try to have that grant.
Yeah,
We keep it, we do push it, I'm not gonna
I
lie.
know.
Everybody that comes in, I go, hey, we'll do this.
Well, I think if it was 100%, they'd do it, but people don't wanna have to pay
Right.
that 50%.
Yeah.
Something for nothing.
I mean, if,
Everybody wants something for nothing.
yeah,
Let's just go through there and paint everybody's house and give them a new yard and sod it.
yeah.
Really?
And do it, and if we pay 100%, they'll love it, but,
And we're not thinking of the citizens when we're not giving them 100%.
I know.
yeah.
yeah, we've
Imagine-
only had a couple of citizens give, probably we had, maybe less than 10 in the last 8-10 years.
Yeah.
The demo grant did come in handy with the storm. for
Yeah.
Some of
But
them.
the demo grant primarily for the businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only ones we've
Yeah.
done. We've not done, no individuals
No.
have come to us and said, I want to apply for that. It's just been businesses, which is good.
And I've talked to some of them, but they don't want to pay the other half.
See, that's it.
They
If
want
we-
the CRA money, but they don't want to pay the other half.
If
They want to
we-
make the improvements, but they don't want to do
Yeah,
it.
if we were paying 100%, yeah, but they don't want to spend money to improve their own property.
Right.
So we just do commercial if they'll,
Yeah, some of them, as far as the yard is concerned, instead of maintaining the yard, they just covered it with sand. You know, just covered over
Or
it.
rocks, gravel.
Do the Arizona thing.
We, code enforcement has a problem if the grass grows up, but if it doesn't have any grass growing, we don't have a problem with it.
that's right, if you put blocks, there's no grass.
It's 22.
So we good on CRA?
Yeah, well,
Well, we're moving right along.
yeah.
Capital improvements,
Page 26.
yep. Anybody have anything on page 26?
No?
This is all our grant stuff. That's,
Has nothing to do with the budget, but Chief, that fire engine keeps on going down. The last one we bought, I see it's always in the shop.
Just got out of the shop about 2 weeks ago, yes, sir.
And,
When's its next appointment in the shop?
Don't go there.
Does the lemon law apply to
It
fire
was,
trucks?
it was warranty.
30 days.
it was warranty? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm just, because to me, it spends more time in the shop than it does at the station.
That's a nationwide issue.
Yeah.
The deaf systems and everything else.
And they're the only ones that do them, too.
Yes.
We don't have
Unfortunately, we're
many
not
choices
part
to
of
buy.
that exempt group, such as school buses and everything else.
Right.
We're still treated like over the road.
And what's the mileage on the first one that we bought?
I'm sorry.
I'm just curious, it's off
I
subject here.
guarantee it'd be in the shop a lot more if we didn't have Rescue One.
Yeah, Rescue One is running majority of the calls.
Good.
But do we have the manpower for that?
Yes.
As a norm, well, you say yes, but I hear others.
Unfortunately, we don't. When someone's off duty,
See, you are,
They're
We have
never gonna
five.
have enough.
right.
and then of course, we gotta put everybody on the.
It's an issue of the number of people,
Right.
because I hear,
We run.
unfortunately, I work at Walmart.
We run the rescue when we're fully staffed.
Right.
I gotta have the folks and.
You gotta have,
capable
the
equipment.
for the folks for the trucks and for
Yes.
your,
Yeah, when we're
what we
fully
call
staffed.
Rescue One.
Right now, 1901 has 58,308 as of this morning.
Okay. But I know we're having issues with people still to be able to do that rescue. It's helping, but not the way we intended it was gonna help. The way I see
It
it.
is helping.
Yeah, it is helping some, yeah.
Yes. For the staff, since we put it in service, it is running the majority of the calls. I think
Okay.
last month it ran 177.
No, that's good.
That's good.
That's good. Sorry, I got off
Yeah,
subject.
that's saving on the big truck.
Right.
Well, they'd have more miles, they'd be in the shop more. So-
I can't run Rescue One. Because we lose our eyes, okay.
So we're okay on CIP?
Yeah,
The grants?
yeah.
Okay, so that gets us to page, no, that's still CIP, page 28.
Water,
Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
Page 29.
We talked about really the only major things you're seeing in water is, we need to upgrade that water main on Lanny Road. And we'll do it all in-house, and we'll do that out of impact fees. That's just gonna be cost of materials, a couple fire hydrants. You're welcome, Chief.
Thank you.
Now that says
Chief's loving all these upgrades.
use of retained earnings, RES. What does that mean?
Restricted.
Okay.
restricted,
Which
Yeah,
is
so that,
in-
yeah, we can't use that for certain things.
Yeah. I just didn't understand the abbreviation.
Anything in water, I mean,
I know it's not a budget thing. What's the turnaround time on that Lanning Road project?
well,
Wild guess. How long, like once you start it?
once
the
we
project?
start,
Yeah.
3 weeks.
And they'll still have water the whole time? Momentarily shuts off, but nothing
The only time they'll lose water is,
when you switch over?
basically what we'll do is, they'll go through and they'll lay the pipe, hook it up, charge it, pull the bacteria samples, do all that, send it in. We have to send all that in DP. Once it passes, then the water's charged, then they'll go in and start hooking the services up, removing the elements.
Yeah, so like very temporary turn-offs, like hours or less? 10
10
minutes.
minutes.
Awesome.
Long enough to unhook a hose and hook a hose.
Cool.
And do we plan on when do we think we'll be able to start it is the thing? Will we be able
We
to?
don't have it on the schedule yet.
Okay.
I mean, right now with Cherry Street, they're gonna finish South Gay this week.
Okay,
And then Monday, they're planning on starting on Beulah. And
Bertha
Beulah's
was
gonna be
blocked
done
today.
kind of in 2 phases. We're gonna do the road cuts first because we've got the bids out. So we've gotta get all those everywhere where a service line crosses, we gotta get those sleeves.
and there's
in the
not an
ground.
issue with water on Lanning Road? This will just make it better?
That is correct. That line is a teed-off dead-end line on both ends. That's 2 inches galvanized, and if you hit it with a hammer, it's gonna shatter.
But they'll have water like they've always had
Yeah,
water?
yeah.
Up until we do this?
They'll probably, their water pressure will increase when we go online.
And by the
Chief,
way,
fire flow.
your notices on the roads and the water and that type of thing, of course, course, the only site that I'm on when I'm looking for information concerning the city is the city website, and y'all are doing a great job of at least putting the notices out.
That's her.
You're doing a great job of putting the notices out and all that. So I was looking at the paving, I guess, today or yesterday. Excellent job. Look at the website of City of Callaway and not the blog, and maybe you get accurate information.
Yeah. Anything else on 29?
I needed to put these numbers for the audited numbers.
All right. Good on water?
You know, it would be nice to have in this, this area, which I'll have to go back and look. We have costs, but it'd be nice to have a footnote somewhere as what the revenue is. I know we gotta go back to revenue to find it, you know.
We
On
have,
the first page.
It's on the first page, yeah. but-
No, the first page is the water budget.
Yeah, every,
Yeah.
Look on page
Am I missing
29.
it?
page 29, look at the top of page 29. It
I'm
has
just-
revenue,
I blew by it.
it's got revenue at the top, and then the expenses start at the bottom.
yeah. Yeah, get your total revenue, then on the last page, you have revenues over expenditures. So that's where that 140,986 comes in. So we're to the good on this. in
Yeah,
this
we're
department.
to the good on water. Which, as y'all know, our, water runs much tighter than sewer.
You got it?
Yeah,
Commissioner?
I see it now.
Good.
Thank you.
Now, I'd say something concerning the water. The way customer service has been notifying obviously our people, as far as delinquency, as far as late fees, particularly late fees are down. And it's a tribute to what they're doing and the systems that they're now using. So,
We're actually now, when somebody hits the late fee list, utility billing is making personal phone calls to every customer.
yeah.
And that has really tremendously. Our shut-off disconnects, there for a while. Y'all remember when it was 500 and 600?
No, I remember when it was about 1,000 plus.
When I got here, it was about 600. We're sitting now we're sitting at about 100. We've been under 100 a couple of times on disconnects.
I remember when we had hundreds of citizens that weren't even paying.
Right, true. And, they're constantly auditing and Lisa's she's done very well for that department.
Since we tightened up on procedures and they're really checking on these, the ones that are delinquent, the ones that just skip out on the bill that we were sending to collections. And we're looking closer now at why is this property being rented, but it has a,
Yeah.
are we getting much money? Do you know, are we getting any money from the property appraiser's office since they're going back and checking? And these ones that should not have had that exemption, are they collecting?
Homestead.
Yeah.
Homestead
That-
exemption.
Thank you.
Well,
The one-
so and you're aware that we check every.
Oh, and I know
every
that
account
we're
that comes in,
sending-
We pull and we print, and if we find out that somebody's homesteading the property and it's being rented, that whole entire file gets printed, stapled, and goes in a box, and I think it's once a week.
Yeah,
They're sending that to the property appraiser.
yeah, that's what I know, that our
Yeah.
utility billing department is doing their job. I just wondered if once it goes to the property appraiser, is anything resulting from that the city's got any money coming back?
I don't even see the checks that come in from there.
We've been getting some delinquent, but they're not crazy. We always, at the end of the year, you get those delinquents and some from last year still being paid, so, they don't differentiate.
They don't tell us.
Yeah. We can call and find out.
I was just curious if it's, worth what utility billing they're spending time sending it to the property appraiser. So I just wondered, is the property appraiser doing something with it that we get money, but that there's people that shouldn't have a homestead
So,
exemption?
Just sitting there talking with him, as he said, they take that, they investigate it. And I think, what would he say, about 50% are legit, 50% aren't? Because,
And-
military can homestead their
Right,
property.
I know there were some that are exempt,
Right.
that they can have a homestead and still rent it, but those 50% that aren't, are they going back
Well,
and
he says he's going,
collecting?
yeah, I mean, he blatantly said they're going after them.
Right.
And they'll be hit with penalties and everything else. I doubt we get the penalties, but.
No, but that's
Yeah.
what I'm asking, if they're doing what they said they're gonna do, are we getting any benefit of that? Are we
Well, we
getting,
should be getting the delinquent taxes that they're paying. because
Right.
If they don't, it's going on tax roll.
so,
I mean,
but
that's the beautiful part about it.
I was just curious if,
I
We
mean, I
can-
would probably say that whatever we've done this year probably won't go on until next year's
till
taxes.
next year.
Because we just started that this year, and tax rolls have already been sent out and everything.
But I'd be
So
interested to know,
we just need to
down the
contact
line.
him and see if we can find out. Or maybe next year we see a massive increase.
Well, I just wondered if, whoever gets the checks, if we see anything coming in, I'd like to know. Since I kind of started
I
the
haven't been
whole
here long enough, I
mess.
couldn't tell you if there's a difference in it or not. I know we've been getting some delinquents, but that's not, off from what normal is, but
Right.
when Lisa comes back, maybe I'll talk to her and we can kind of
Yeah, just,
find out what's going on.
just to see if we're getting anything from it. That's all I'm curious about. Okay, that's all. I just wondered. That really has nothing to do with the budget, other than if we get any additional revenue from it.
One of the big cost savings in water is we are splitting the cost of meters between water and sewer. That's something new for this year's budget.
Yes. Yep, we talked about that.
And we are starting our slip lining, so we have money in this year's budget. We have a 400-foot section and a small section that's ready to go, that we'll be doing immediately.
And as far as, you pointed out early, I'll go ahead and bring it up. You pointed out early on, because you knew I was going to bring it up, about cost of repairs of the,
Shared across.
so y'all have taken care of that.
Yeah, road, asphalt, and,
Yeah, it's been split.
When water would have a problem, they'd have to cut up the road, them streets was having to repair it. The cost of materials, so they're taking cost of materials for those repairs and putting them in where they should be, in streets, in water.
anything else on sewer?
Where we at? Water?
No, we just.
On sewage?
Yeah, we
I just had a
started.
quick question on sewage. I noticed that our overtime in sewage is going up. What's causing that? We were at $700 and 2-3 years ago, went up to 15 to 23, then we're jumping up to 10, and now we're jumping up to, we were at 18,000 this year. What's causing after-hour sewage? I understand water.
And it's not always after hours, it may be having to work over in a day. But it's just business. There's really no anything that I think can cause it. We do keep, no overtime's authorized without, or is taken without it being authorized.
Okay. I thought they're getting phone calls for sewage, and surely they're not.
Well, it's projected at 18, but we're only budgeting 10
Yeah.
for next year.
But I was just curious why overtime in sewage, that much overtime in sewage.
Um,
It's
and-
regular hours, regular
If
after
we
hours.
have,
not-
you know, and if we
not-
have a massive break, if we have a force main break
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that, you can't walk away from it.
No.
They'll work on through the night.
Yes.
So, and we have had a couple of those.
I was gonna say, we just had
Recently,
one or
we
two.
one,
We had it with them
Oh,
putting it,
We had it there at Cherry Street, if y'all remember. We worked all through Saturday and into Sunday to get it fixed.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's not one person, that's a whole crew.
Right.
It don't take long to eat up some money.
you know, all the underground power they were putting in and all the damage they were creating there. Did we get reimbursed for our repairs?
We bill it out every time somebody hits.
We haven't got reimbursed, sir. The bill, has the bill even gone out on the repairs?
Do you know about
I
that?
asked that question,
Do you know about that?
and why would the, our Public Works send a bill out? Wouldn't that be coming out of the county?
No, Public Works prepares the bills.
Prepares it, yeah.
They prepare everything and then. they
Where does it
send
go from
out.
there?
Bill?
That last break that we had was a $10,000 cost to the city. Where did that bill go?
Yeah, well, I would gather up, tally up who was there, equipment,
Right, right.
et cetera, and I would send it to finance director.
Okay, and then what have you done with that?
Did you send the one for Pritchard?
No, Thomas was working on that one.
Okay. You ain't got it done
I'll have to check.
yet?
You know, because we keep on talking about this, you know, it's like that $10,000 we're supposed to get from, you know, when they screwed, they messed up our highway, Tyndall Parkway with that new Sedco. And nothing ever became of it because, you know, we're not following up with paperwork and we're not getting it to the right channels. And I'd asked a month and a half ago to see the invoice and to see the check, and here we are, nothing's been done with it. So we talk, but there's no action.
Yeah, because that was a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. It's been almost 2 months now.
Where they tore up our median.
So why are we, you know, no, that was over 2 years ago and nothing's happened. The attorney got involved with that and we never got anything out of that either. So we talk about it, but, you know, talk is cheap. You know, we need action on it. We need to get it done. We're spending tax dollars to fix items that were created by contractors. So I'd like to see a copy of that invoice, please. All of us do.
Yeah.
We'll pull the procedures and everything, and I'll get that emailed out.
Well, it just needs to be done because they're tearing up our city and we're repairing it at our taxpayer expense. And they don't care because they continue to tear it up. You hit them with a bill, maybe they'll care a little bit
Yeah,
more.
maybe they'll be careful the
You know.
next time.
It's just that you guys keep on telling me this and here you are, 2 years later, nothing's happened. And we keep on talking and nothing happens. And I'd like to see action on that, please.
Yes, sir.
I would suspect that part of this 8,000 increase in overtime is related to those.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of it was after hours. And we're not doing anything about it. You know, we talk, but again, I'm done talking about it. I'd just like to see an invoice sent out and when we're gonna get that money.
So I know, yeah, I'll check with them, Leon.
Okay.
I'm new, so.
I know you knew, yeah, I'm just saying is that,
Beat that horse.
I mean, some of that probably should have been done by David.
yeah, I
It
agree,
goes back that far.
yeah. That 10,000's gone, we're never gonna get it, Sefco's gone anyhow.
Yep.
But I'm talking about the recent one that we had, a major break, was, where was that major break, Bill? Was it Bertha? That last major break we had, about 4 or 5
We
weeks.
had one on Kimbrell not too
Kimbrell.
long ago.
Right, and that was caused by the contractor. That's one of many that they've done, that we've, yeah, there's one of many, and we just continue to do nothing about it other than use our manpower to fix it, which I agree with commissioners, probably after hour, we're paying overtime, and we're not getting anything out of it. So somehow or another, you need to look at your procedures, tighten it up, and get bills to these people,
That's it.
and maybe they'll be a little bit more,
And if they don't pay, maybe they get on a list that they don't do business with
Right,
the
thank
city
you.
anymore.
yeah.
So anything else in sewer?
No,
Everybody good with sewer?
I'm done with it, yeah. I don't know about anybody else.
Sure. Moving along nicely here. Okay. See, that's still sewer. I guess we need to get to solid waste.
Solid waste.
Okay.
You know, we made money in solid waste last year, if I remember right, city manager? We're in the positive.
Yes.
And at some point, you know, we keep on talking about this, but every citizen comes in front of us talking about stuff that's not being picked up. And we hear it almost every meeting. I get phone calls, I hear it every other day. And since we're making money, can we kind of start taking a look at it, what the cost would be if we just clean our city up?
You want to do like a,
Go like we used to, you know, we just, we went up to $13. Pardon?
you want to pick up everything?
Well, you know, I'm just putting it up for discussion, is just that, how many piles that we pick up anyways that we're paying for, that we don't know where it belongs? It's on and on and on and on and on. And it sits there for a month or 2 months, or Mr. Hennings will tell you, he's discussed it many times, and there's a lot of citizens that attend to discuss it, and I hear it quite often. I'm not saying that maybe we need to go back the way it was, but if we're in the plus, what is it gonna take to get at least the city cleaned up?
We could do a spring cleanup, pick up everything,
Right?
like the county does,
Because there's still a lot of stuff out there.
you know?
And then there's a lot of abuse too, you know, I've talked to you, you know, about that one specific street. It should have been a charge. So what they're doing now is solid waste is only picking up enough for that day, and then leaving it for the following week, and leaving it for the following week, and leaving it for the following week. So now, instead of having a charge for that, for 3 loads, it's sitting there for a month, because I've been following that pile on that street, okay? Unfortunately, I see those things all the time,
Can
so,
you tell us what street?
Camellia.
Camellia.
I drive to work there every day. And there's a particular piece of property, well, first of all, there's grass on Camellia that's 5 foot tall. I keep on watching it.
There's lots of places in the city.
Keep on, yeah, there's a lot, but if I see it, I don't know why our code enforcement's not seeing it, which has nothing to do with solid waste, but that particular property should have paid for extra pickup. So by our solid waste people deciding, well, okay, really they get a pickup every week, so we're gonna let that sit there for a month. That's not how it's supposed to work.
Well, so much of it is mixed piles.
No, this is not a mixed pile, this is
Well,
all
not-
trims.
Not
this is-
that, but
yeah.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
throughout.
Debris.
Right.
So it's
It's
all
legitimate
debris,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, if it's gonna be picked up over time.
Right.
They should have to put it
Thank you.
someplace else, not at the street.
Right. So those are the things that I see, and I'm just thinking that, you know, I know we hear it all the time, which I just think that we probably have to have another discussion on solid waste, but you can kind of put something together for us on
Because
that.
I've had citizens, responsible citizens, when it's time to prune all your palms and stuff like that, they're like, the allocated amount I have, it doesn't work unless you put a pilot, and a neighborhood will try to put it together, not allowed to do that. And then everybody is putting it in their yard, or tearing up everybody's yards with and citizens understand, I think, at least the ones I've talked to, they understand the claw is going to do a little damage, but can we make it a consolidated space? So like you said, it is something to discuss
We need to,
at another time, but bring it up.
I think the claw, whoever's driving now is 100% better than what we had in the past.
Yes.
I have to say that, because I can show you spots that, you know, about 4 or 5 feet deep, no, not that deep, but, you know, they're pretty deep, and those are all gone away now. I haven't seen any of that lately for months and months and months. But I think we really need to have a real good discussion on solid waste as to where we're at, clean our city up, and then why we're skipping piles, big piles that should be charged, and making it work over a month time frame. And that's just one I saw. We're probably doing more than that, so. Other than that, I don't have any problems with that budget.
Everybody else good? I think that finishes.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's just summaries of what we've already looked at.
I think we have to have another meeting.
Want to have another one?
No. I really think that we really should have a discussion on solid waste, a real good discussion, maybe a workshop, I don't know.
Let me get some estimates and stuff.
Right.
We'll get some estimates and some prices. We'll take a look at it.
It's not only solid waste, you know, I can count, and I haven't, it's all these vehicles that are broke down in our city, a bunch of them that we're not doing anything about. They're all over the place, and they're accumulating and accumulating and accumulating.
And we have people that are really taking advantage of,
Yep.
since we said you can park one camper, RV,
There's a lot of
trailer.
that going on too.
Now they're just putting their whole front yards full of
Right.
stuff. Yes, sir. Did you want to say something? Come on up.
I got two items, but
That's fine. We're so
Don Henry,
few, we're
431
not
Canyon
gonna,
Pass.
don't worry about the 3 minutes. We're not gonna talk a half hour, but
I'm with him about picking up stuff, but I don't know how to do it, but to charge them $13, and they got 10 houses down there, only one of them uses it.
Right.
The rest of them, they rarely use it, don't use it all, but when they leave, they put everything out there. But they're still paying $13 a month, and maybe we should pick it up, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, they're on Cherry Street, you go down Cherry Street right now, pilot sitting on a telephone pole, a pilot, just sitting up there. How come the city don't come by and pick that up, you know,
Been
it's
there.
terrible. They go by there all the time. Just, you ever go by there all the time?
I'm on the other end where we're tearing everything up.
Okay. You go down there, it's right there. Pilot's been sitting there 3 days now. Also, how about the, any money in there for the sign in the city hall? The electronic one, you can't see it, you unplug it or something, or get a bigger one.
Is
You
it
can't see
broke?
it at all.
Is it broke?
No,
No.
can't see it. You drive by there, you can't see it. But you stop there at the stop sign, you're in City Hall, you look over there on the left side, you can see it, but going down 22, you can't see it at all. Just need to unplug it.
You know what the biggest problem with that is?
What?
The right-of-ways are so large.
I know.
That it's right on the edge of the right-of-way, but it's so far off the road. When
Yeah.
Highway 22 expands, you'll be able to see it.
Maybe.
Well, only from the westbound traffic.
Yeah, right.
Hey, our sign, is it just orange LED scroll? It's not an all colorized thing like Parker put it there, Park, is it?
That'll get one like the Catholic Church got down there, big one down there. No, Catholic Church. St. Dominic's, I guess it is. They got a nice sign out there. Thank you.
did anybody else, would either of you like to talk about anything? No? I think you're 3 citizens.
I got a thermometer. Let me take your temperature. I'm sure you will.
You trying to increase it?
Okay. I like those conversations.
Motion to adjourn?
Yeah? Yes, if we're done, I'll find out about,
So we're gonna get a final?
Yep. Well, we're gonna find out about the trolley.
I'm gonna find out about the trolley.